everyone, my name is Jess and today we're going to discuss my top 10 sales skills that every salesperson needs to acquire. All right, let's go ahead and get started. All right, everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button below. It would help me out a lot, and you'll be reminded that every single Monday I do post new content. Okay, so you are here because you are very curious what I think on the top 10 skills that you need to have to be good at sales. Now, some of these I've picked up along the way, along the years, and some of these I'm still working on. So don't be too hard on yourself if you maybe only have 2 out of 10 or 8 out of 10, whatever it might be. These are some things that you should set your goals to make sure you get really good at it. And number 1 would be communication. Now, about 3 years ago, I started a YouTube channel to get better at my communication skills. I spent about 3 years over in Switzerland where I was not speaking English fluently every single day. And that was a little bit of a struggle for me to get back to Canada and practice my English again in a business professional way. So communication and being able to communicate exactly what you need in a timely manner without a ton of filler words is a huge skill that you should acquire if you are going to be successful in sales. Now, number 2 would be active listening. I used to be, still sometimes, a bad listener. Now, when I first started in sales, I think I was just so quick to respond to the customer's needs and almost answer for them without even listening to their response. So I would ask a question. I would say, well, do you need this software? Maybe you don't, maybe you do because of this, this, and this. And I would just over talk on top of the customer. I remember hearing from someone, my mentor at Dell, saying, shh, could you just listen to what the customer is saying? Now re-listen to yourself, listening to that customer, record it, and you'll see that you sometimes do just talk over the customer or you're not hearing exactly what they're saying. A great way to do active listening is repeat what the customer said, asking them questions and waiting to hear the answer without just answering it in your head. And I think a lot of salespeople do that. They do ask the question, but they already assume the answer and move on to the next question. So take your time, active listening. Now, the third skill that you definitely need in sales in the tech industry is adaptability. So many times I work with employees or even peers where, one little thing happens and everything is a drama, right? They're not able to adapt to the new changes. Let me tell you, especially at Dell Technologies or any other organization, things do move quickly. I know it's a massive company and a massive machine, but they do move quickly. Rules change, customer behavior changes, economy changes. You have to be adaptable to be successful in sales with that positive attitude. Now, the fourth one would be persistence. Persistence. With whatever you want to do in life, persistence is key. But in sales, sometimes a customer is not going to want to make that sale or want to purchase that solution right away. You need to be persistent with the solution of why it is good for them. And if it's not good for them, then move on to be another to another customer where you can be persistent. But let me tell you, there's so many times where I get in touch with a customer or find a solution or even learning. And if you're not persistent, that is really going to disappear, right? It's similar to goal setting. Now, number 5 would be relationship building. This is huge. I think it should be actually at the top, relationship building. You need to make sure that you have a trusting relationship. I talk about this in many other videos that you can find on my page, where if you don't have a relationship and that trust with that customer, it doesn't matter how good your solution is, how good your product knowledge is, how persistent you are, they are not going to buy from you. People buy when they feel connected and have a relationship, especially for a multi-million-dollar solution. They're not going to buy based on how just great the product is. They need to build trust and know that after the sale, you are still going to be there, right? This is not just one and done retail, I bought a pair of shoes and I'm gone. This is a long-term relationship, especially in tech sales. And that relationship building goes internal as well as external. There's a lot of times that you do need to work with specialty roles at the organization to be successful in sales. And if you don't have those relationship building skills to get other specialists to join you on the phone, it's just gonna be a lot harder for you. A lot of people need to work on this. It is not always easy, but I think it does come through time. One thing that I've learned over time with relationship building is the more you try externally outside of work, the more traveling you do, the more food you try, the more activities in your local area you try, the more movies you watch, the more sitcoms, whatever it might be, the more you have in common with people and the more you try, the easier that relationship will be, because you'll end up finding something in common with the customer or an internal person. Now, next is time management. This one is hard for a lot of people, especially the ones that work from home, because time does go quickly, right? You'll get your emails, you'll have your phone ringing, you'll have your social media on your cell phone, you'll have YouTube open, you'll have a bunch of distractions. If you cannot manage your time correctly, you won't be successful in sales. The people that are maybe spending half the day being distracted at home or distracted in their home life, they won't be successful in sales. And I hope that's not you watching this video. Of course it's not you, because you are learning and watching this video. But there's a lot of people that get distracted, and unfortunately I see their sales career plummet because they can't manage their time correctly. So if you're struggling with this, I think I do have other videos, but get a coach. Get someone to help you look at your calendar and stick to it and be persistent. Exactly, persistent. Now, the next skill that you do need to have with whatever you're selling is the product knowledge or service knowledge. You need to know what you're selling. You need to be passionate about it. You need to constantly be updating your portfolio of skills on that product, because customer is depending on you to know all the latest features, all the latest updates, or all the people that you can connect them with to learn more about the product. If you just are getting the basic knowledge from a website or the news, then the customers really don't need you to tell them about a solution if you don't really have any in-depth knowledge. Now, the next skill that I believe you need to have is something called emotional intelligence. Being able to read a room, read a situation, be sympathetic, it's hard, right? I'm listing 10 things that you should be good at if you're going to be in sales. And this is why sales is not for everyone, right? You have to have the product knowledge, you need to have the relationship building, the persistency, the adaptability. And then on top of it, I'm asking you to be emotionally intelligent to situations. This one is hard to learn. I really don't have any tips on how to learn this one. I think it's by practice, by reading the room, by actively listening. And the ninth one is have goals. You need to be goal-oriented to be good at sales, because let me tell you, it's very black and white when you get a quota and let you hit 60% or you hit 80% or 100%. In large organizations, if you hit 50% consistently and then you don't have any goals to help you get to 100%, that's a red flag, right? Like how are we going to work on getting to 100% or even close to it, whether it's 90, and setting up those goals, whether it's in a, in a notebook or on the computer, whatever goal setting solution you use, you need to be persistent with it, right? You need to constantly be checking in on your goals, whether it's weekly, monthly, yearly. I think it's not a bad idea to do weekly, monthly, quarterly, biannual, yearly, because all goals are different. Some goals will come really quickly and you'll accomplish them, and then some goals might be 5-year, might be long-term goals. Goal setting is super important because sales sometimes is really black and white. And lastly, problem solving skills. This is still a struggle sometimes for me. There are so many problems that we need to solve for customers. Also, internal customers, internal folks. So when you do have a problem and you don't want to find a solution and you don't want to research and figure out how to solve it, sales is probably not for you, right? Customers and selling are all about solving problems and finding solutions to those problems. If you're the type of person that's not a go-getter and that you're going to be sitting in front of your computer waiting for someone else to solve your problem, you should probably think of going into a different type of industry or career path, or even consider something else, because you have to be a go-getter. You have to be willing to solve everyone's problem, including yourself, of course, but really the customer. That's the number one thing that we're doing every single day, is solving the customer's issues. So there you go. Those are my 10 things that you need to be good at when going into sales or working on your sales career. You need to have these acquired skills and slowly build on them. We're not going to be great at all of them all at once, and maybe some will drop because of motivation, and maybe some will grow because you're inspired and you're passionate about the new product that you're selling. Whatever it might be, keep on working on your sales career. I know you can do it. And if you like this content, feel free to give me a thumbs up, and I will see you next Monday. Take care. Bye-bye.